there's a $2 billion lawsuit for Ozempic. Now, if something is a brand name and they're making billions of dollars on it, you can guarantee the lawyers are going to be like, because they're out of all these, millions of people that are taking these drugs, there's going to be some side effects. Yeah. There's going to be some negative side effects. And so some of the side effects are going to be diastasis of the colon or the digestive system, the digestive tract. And then you get obstructions, colonic obstructions or intestinal obstructions. You have profound nausea and vomiting in some people. Okay. You have people going blind. There is a what is it called? It's a retinal hypertrophy in the eye that's non-vascular in origin, and they're finding out with more treatment, and with a lot of the patients that are coming in, they're going blind from semaglutide, or Ozempic, specifically Ozempic. So obviously, there's a big lawsuit with that. Now, what's going to happen is people are going to settle out of court, and they're just going to pay that because they've made. If it's $2 billion, they're not going to have to pay $2 billion, but they've made $10 billion. From it, and so who's to say all that? But my point is there are side effects, and these people need to think about that. Now, the most studied or most researched peptides are going to be your GLPs. Those are the ones they've had. There's a MACE study that's it's a cardiac adverse event type of study. They call it the MACE study. And what that does is to see if it's lowered it or has increased it. And everybody on GLPs, it has lowered. Now, tirzepatide and semaglutide are the ones that mostly have been studied, and those have shown that it is better for patients cardiovascularly, and it can actually help. Well, when you lose weight, you're not eating a bunch of food, and you're not, the cool thing also about GLPs is it causes you cognitively, it causes you to not
crave
kind of crave things. Yeah. Let's say if you're an alcoholic or if you like sugar, obviously it hits on sugar, but pretty much anything, gambler, you're going to get to a point to where you're just like, I just don't feel like doing that, so it's going to be better for you. So obviously cardiac events have gone down. These people have lost weight. They're eating better. They feel better. They sleep better. They might even start working out a little bit more. Obviously cardiac events are going to go down. Then they check frailty. Frailty is a big one. Now, most of stem cell research has shown that. Stem cell being autologous, meaning it's bone marrow or fat from you. I take your cells out, then give it back to you in your shoulders or your knee or even IV. I've done that as a pain management doctor with bone marrow aspirate, and 100% of the patients. But it wasn't a study, but I treated probably 150 patients. 150 patients got better. It was awesome. Every single one of them. In my eyes, I'm like, it's safe. One, I'm extracting your bone marrow and I'm putting it back to you.
Yeah.
And it's minimally manipulated because I took it out of your iliac crest and I have fresh bone marrow blood, flipped you around, used a scope into the knee and pushed it right in there I didn't put it.
Is that direct?
Yep.
It's just.
And I didn't put it, minimize it. I didn't do anything. Now, fat you have to minimize, but that's just blood. Now you can only put so much because I put 10 cc's in your knee, you're going to stream. It's going to hurt because that's too much pressure on your knee. But around something like 3, 4, so maybe even 5 cc's, depending on the size of the patient. And every single one of those patients, it took about 3 to 6 months, but every one of those patients got better.
Is that basically, let's say they have this issue, it's probably caused from some sort of stress, right?
Whatever. It could be arthritic stress. Like I did that in every one of my patients. Now, some of them had torn meniscus. Some of them had decreased cartilage. Some of them had ACL tears, PCL tears. Some of them had just good old-fashioned osteoarthritis. Some of them had rheumatoid arthritis. Given that direct injection there, all of them got better. Now, that's not a true study, though. That's just an anecdotal. I did it. There was no placebo or no control group. I just did it, see what happened. And they knew about this. I'm like, it could really help you or it could do nothing for you.